Greetings and salutations, denizens of YouTube. It is I, your humble bard of mind, Edgy Charmed, and today we'll be doing a video on the Maid of Hope. And despite what I may say in this video, I do not subscribe to the idea that the hope aspect is inherently the strongest of aspects. That title obviously belongs to the mind aspect, for no reason at all. Anyway, the Maid is one of the creation classes of Homestuck, the active counterpart to the Sylph, and the inverse of the Bard. Maids maintain their aspect, like how Jane, the Maid of Life, maintains life by reviving people from the dead a maximum of 1 time each, and how Aradia, the Maid of Time, maintained her timeline by doing a number of things, like causing the apocalypse for her species. Maids also start out relying on others for their aspect, and need to rely on themselves. Like, Jane, I guess, relied on being an heiress to Crocker Corp and letting her life be dictated, while Aradia relied on the voices to guide her in keeping timelines intact. Maids also seem to be made of their aspect, since regular Jane revived herself after being stabbed by Jack while pursuing with life in trickster mode, filling half her planet with flowers and wiping out a good chunk of the undead on it as well. And even before that, when Jack initially killed her on Prospect, she kinda bursted with so much life energy, her room fell off its spire. Life energy has more punch to it than I thought. Anyway, Aradia was made of time, so she had the power to buy time for her allies by freezing Jack in it. Hope is the inverse of rage, and has to do with hope itself, the word yes, imagination, determination, faith, reproduction, positivity, optimism, open-mindedness, and potential. It also has to do with white magic and holy power, like Evidence White Magic Blasts and Jake's Hope Field. Some Hope players might be a bit too positive and optimistic, to the point of being naive and easy to fool. They need to learn to overcome that and have just the right amount of hope, not too much or too little. The Hopebound are driven by conviction and their own imagined idea of what a brighter tomorrow looks like, doing right for right's sake in order to reach that dream. Unfortunately, not all Hopebound are sunshine and rainbows. They are willing, if not sometimes eager, to utilize a little destruction and raising of the old if it means replacing it with something they perceive as better. At their best, Hopebound are positive, caring, and warm. At their worst, they can be narrow-minded and selfish. Personality-wise, I can see the Maid of Hope just brimming with positivity, optimism, and even faith. Maybe they're even religious. A real go-getter dynamite gal that never says no to a challenge and tackles everything life throws at her head-on, even if it means dealing with it alone. For better or worse, if they believed in an idea, next to nothing could extinguish that hope. Again, for better or worse. Powers and abilities wise, in tandem with personality, I can see the Maid of Hope being a sort of miracle worker or granter of wishes, like Magnifico from the Disney movie Wish. If the Maid of Hope believes in herself and the realness of whatever they're trying to make enough, being Maid of Hope itself, she could manifest almost anything into existence. And oh my goodness, the power of her hope magic would be phenomenal in a fight. Heck, if she believes in herself or her friends enough, they could all get massive buffs in various situations. Though, maybe loosely like Magnifico, it'd be kind of funny if the Maid of Hope had a rivalry with a light player in their party that was literally hogging the spotlight from them, and, ironically, forced the Maid to realize that they're working too hard being the team's miracle worker, and how stressful something like that is for anyone, even someone with godlike powers. Then maybe they'd work together to teach the team to pull their own weight. The two of them would form a steadfast and powerful bond. Then they'd both end up in a well-developed rivals to friends to lovers relationship. I believe that's all I have to say on the matter. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like and share it. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and leave suggestions in the comments or at my Blue Sky and or Twitter. My next video will be on the Page of Time. So with that, I bid you dudes, dudettes, and others adieu. Bye!
You want some fries with that?
Where I'm from, we call fries potato Jeremy's.
Where the
Okay, I thought I'd try and do it, but I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.